But Latino issues span far beyond the debate over immigration.
Let's send it over to Cronkite News reporter Jessi Schultz and another special guest for that discussion.
Here to discuss the role the Latino vote is playing in this year's party nominations is Cronkite News Borderlands director Alfredo Corchado. Now, Alfredo, millennials make up more than half of eligible Latino voters. What does that mean for this election year?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, it means that the Hispanic electorate, otherwise known as the sleeping giant, may finally wake up. And it means that while other groups, whether it's Asian Americans or African Americans, while other groups fall, the number of electoral voters fall, millennials, Hispanic millennials continue at a consistent level. It's between 40, 45, 44 million this year. It also means that many of them will be out there voting not just for themselves, but also for those in their families who can't vote. And that could be a big difference.
Right. And what issues do you think are the most important for the Latino voters?
Well, everything we've seen in polls is jobs, education, immigration, and then the big factor, which is the Donald Trump factor. Many of them are galvanized by the anti-rhetoric that you see coming out of candidates like Mr. Trump. And that is leading to historic numbers of people being registered to vote this November.
Right. And do you think those issues are important enough to drive all of them to the polls?
Well, we've seen that immigration is clearly a big concern. I mean, I think many of them expected that President Obama, that the Obama administration would take care of that. 8 years later, that hasn't happened. There are now threats that millions could be deported. That is galvanizing many of them to say, we have to play a difference. If not for ourselves, then for the people who can't.
Right. And are there any barriers that could possibly prevent them from going out and casting their ballots?
The biggest barrier is that they may not show up. I mean, there's 27 million eligible voters. Experts expect maybe 13 million will show up. There's a lot of time between now and November. Those numbers may increase or fall. The question is, can anyone win a general election without the Latino voter? Historically, it's over 30%. I mean, if you are a Republican candidate, you want to win over 30% of that. Mm-hmm. Mr. Trump at this point has about 16%. Hillary Clinton, we saw Super Tuesday, the average was about 60% of the Hispanic voter. In some states like Texas, it was over 70. So they will play a key role.
Well, that is all the time we have for now, but thank you so much, Alfredo, for joining us.
My pleasure.
And let's send it back to Amber and Zach at the news desk.